everything into growing your business, every late night and every risk. But you don't have to do it all alone. At Beasley, we take marketing off your shoulders. With our multi-channel solutions, we reach high-intent customers locally or regionally. Smarter ads, smarter growth, that's the Beasley advantage.
Hey, it's MJ. If you're looking for solid marketing solutions for your business, go to myq105.com/advertise to find out how we can help. That's myq105.com/advertise. Marketing that's always on, so you don't have to be.
Into growing your business, every late night and every risk. But you don't have to do it all alone. At Beasley, we take marketing off your shoulders. With our multi-channel solutions, we reach high-intent customers locally or regionally. Smarter ads, smarter growth, that's the Beasley advantage.
Hey, it's MJ. If you're looking for solid marketing solutions for your business, go to myq105.com/advertise to find out how we can help. That's myq105.com/advertise. Marketing that's always on, so you don't have to be.
Some mistakes and, kind of look behind the corners, look under the sheets on a few things. So you should come off the bye week as a sharpened pencil. But just, these are college kids, they're not able to kind of carry things over all the time. And so USF was coming off of a bye week and they came and, they looked at Charlotte and said, this is a team we should walk over. And they definitely walked over Charlotte, but they didn't walk over themselves. Receivers, they almost acted like they hadn't caught balls in, since the last game, Jim. And so hopefully this is something that they really corrected and they found a way to, clean up because, this North Texas team, obviously they're good enough to go and win, 4 straight games against whoever they played, right? But either way, USF has to come out and they have to be the best team. They have to be the team that brings the most, intensity today. It's going to be a really exciting environment. They have to have all their I's dotted and their T's crossed because the 12th man today, I'm talking about basketball almost for a bit, the 12th man today is going to show up here in Denton, Texas.
This will be a 6:36 local kickoff, 7:36 back home. Between now and then, we've got a lot to get to. We'll hear from head coach Alex Golish, also the injury updates, scouting reports, and much more. Jim Lighthall and Derek Sharp will take you through the hour when we come back on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
For weather-tight windows and doors done right, call WeatherTight Windows from WeatherTight Mike. For weather-tight windows, hurricane strong, go to WeatherTightWindows.com. 813-908-0131. For energy savings the whole year long, WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows.
Getting you set for today's action on your new radio home for Bulls football, Q105.
Welcome back to the pregame show as the Bulls get ready to take on the North Texas Mean Green from Denton, Texas. Jim Lighthall back with you. Derek Sharp will join me coming up in just a few moments. We're going to jump back out to Datque Stadium, and Joey Johnston is standing by. Going to be a beautiful night for football. Clear skies, 79 degrees. Temperature at kickoff feels like 80 because that humidity is down at 42%. No chance for rain. Very, very light breeze. Joey gives us the vibe in and around that stadium. Joey, let me take you back to the 2023-2024 men's basketball season. Remember when the Bulls sold out those games at the tail end of the year at the Yuengling Center, and the atmosphere that was there? Just everybody had a different pep in their step. They were juiced up from the get-go, and I have a feeling that that's what North Texas is kind of going through tonight with their first ever sellout.
Yeah, you can sense the excitement on campus, certainly all throughout the area. The students are already here in force, dressed up in their black, right behind the USF bench, by the way, so that'll be interesting. So, yes, it is a spirited, fun atmosphere here on the campus of the University of North Texas. The USF, of course, has played in some very difficult environments already. They won at the Swamp. They went to Miami. So this is nothing new. I think USF's going to be okay in this environment, and actually they may welcome it because it's going to be fun. These are the kind of games you want to play in.
Yeah, the stadium only seats 30,000, and they'll have 30,000 there tonight. But what I think happens in this situation when you walk into when the players from North Texas come out of their tunnel, they have this aura of invincibility, like they're bulletproof all of a sudden because they have 30,000 people behind them. But Joey, I don't think USF can allow North Texas for the game to be bigger for them than it is for South Florida. This game is huge for both teams.
Well, let's hope that USF learned from last week where they pretty much crushed Charlotte but played very sloppy throughout. I think Alex Golish and his staff emphasized that all week about that you just can't do that. You can't roll your helmets out and win the game, although that's kind of what USF did, but you can't do that because it's going to catch up to you. You've got to do the little things well. You've got to concentrate. You can't drop passes. You can't commit silly penalties. You can't turn the ball over. USF has got to come in here and take care of business. And the first order of business really is to quiet this crowd, and that would be satisfying in and of itself to come into a packed, black-clad den and make it very, very quiet. That's what USF's going to try to do.
Joey, when we talk about the potential for an American Conference championship and even further down the line, a spot in the college football playoffs, this game will have an impact on those two things. For the Mean Green of North Texas, they play UTSA next week, pretty good team, but they have Navy down the line on November the 1st. The Bulls still have two really tough opponents on the road. So for North Texas, if they get past this game, they've got to think, hey, we're really in the driver's seat to get at least to the conference championship game, whereas South Florida still has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, this is going to be a long, long tale, Jim, with a lot of chapters, and this is really kind of the first chapter of the league beginning to sort itself out. I mean, we have some teams that have made some opening flurries. As you mentioned, we have 3 unbeaten teams, North Texas, Memphis, and Navy, all on USF's schedule. But after tonight, and certainly after USF plays Memphis and some other things on the schedule, we'll start to get a clearer picture of who belongs where. And if USF can win this game on national TV on a Friday night when a lot of people are watching, and if they can look impressive doing it, I think that will mean even more than winning the game. I think it will further shape the perception that USF football is a major, major force with which to contend this season. So the Bulls can not only win a game, but they can change some opinions tonight about the quality of their program.
All right, Joey, thank you. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on in the pregame show as well. Tough job for the marketing department there at North Texas, having to compete with high school football, which routinely draws 20,000 or 25,000 for their games.
I'm not going to say all that Coach Golish talked to us about off the air during my wonderful, we have a great conversation with the head coach every Tuesday live for everybody to listen to, and then off the air he said it's a natural tough, it actually is a competition.
Yeah,
like there's no lying, and that's why they probably got ahead of it with the BOGO.
Yes.
And getting kids out of class, which was the Derek Sharp plan at Florida Southern College on Friday afternoons, just get out of class anyway. It was smart, and it results in a sellout no matter how they got there.
Yeah,
that's significant.
There's only so many dollars to go around, and there's a lot of football there on a Friday night in the state of Texas. Speaking of stadiums, you want the best shot at seats in USF's brand new on-campus stadium opening in 2027. Well, the key is getting your 2025 season tickets right now. Early ticket holders get priority when it's time to pick seats in the new stadium. That means better views, better vibes, and a front row spot in Bulls history. Just call 1-800-GO-BULLS or visit USF bulls.edu/stadium to lock in your tickets and stay in the loop. That was the voice of Derek Sharp as we start to dive into the key matchups for this one, Derek, and let's take a look at some injuries and the lineup changes as we start to steer toward kickoff.
Well, the one thing that people saw last week and were probably hoping for a positive outcome on was Cartavius Norton. Obviously, it was on the front of everyone's mind towards the end of that game. He's obviously not going to be playing football for a while, so he's out of the game tonight for sure. We'll probably get a more in-depth update on him, what that means for the Bulls running back situation. As Coach Golish said, and as Alex Gordon said, they've kind of gone with the hot hand. So they've got enough candidates for the hot hand.
Well, with Franklin and Davenport and Isaac, those are three guys behind Norton that have played a lot of football this year and have all been very productive. Franklin will get the start tonight, but I totally expect to see those other two guys a lot.
Absolutely. It's just a matter of who gets the ball first, and it's going to be Sam Franklin. Worth noting because of what he's been able to accomplish, especially the last couple of weeks. But Davenport and Isaac has, and I wouldn't say become the forgotten guy because he's gotten more into the return game. But yeah, he maybe if North Texas has forgotten him, that's a good thing for the Bulls.
No, he's a home run hitter, and that's a great way to quiet the crowd with big plays. Weston Wolf is out at the tight end position because of a knee. That means probably more Jonathan Eccles. Wyatt Sullivan has been a guy that's been reliable, so we'll see some of him. The offensive line is a little dinged up, Derek, but they're going to all play, and we'll see how long they can all go.
Yeah, sure, and it was great to get Bowman back last week, and we'll see. I mean, hopefully, again, that part of the team seems pretty steady. It was fun to see Michael Lofton get back into the lineup last week. He showed a lot of joy as the seventh guy, basically. So as long as you can keep seven healthy, maybe an eighth, hopefully you don't have to go further past that. But yeah, it's worth noting that keep an eye on guys maybe having to take a little bit of a blow early in the game.
On the defensive side, there's an injury to the linebacking core. Not Mac Harris, Jalen Schuler. Thank goodness. Those two guys are really, really solid. But Xavier Hamilton had hand surgery. He'll have one of those Billy Club type devices on, where he's heavily bandaged, which makes intercepting the ball a little tougher. Wrapping and tackling becomes a little tougher. But listen, you can still lower your shoulder and hit, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, when you've got the top two that you do have, Hamilton's been great when he's come out, and he's shown that he is going to be an absolute starter next year. But it's worth noting when people see what's going on that, intercepting might be a little bit difficult. Fortunately, the secondary is pretty good in that regard.
Yeah, Deshaun Rucker's going to slide around in that defensive backfield as well behind Jarvis Lee. We'll see him in multiple positions tonight for this game against North Texas. Kickoff set for 7:30 tonight, by the way. All right, let's dive into the matchups a little bit here, Derek. And one thing that caught me by surprise that I really like when we start looking at some kind of those hidden statistics throughout the course of the season, the Bulls only have 21 negative plays in all of the 2025 season. That's best in the American. That's 8th in the country. And what that does is that stays away from 2nd and 14 and 3rd and 18. You're going to have a penalty here and there, which gets you behind the sticks, but you're rarely getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage, or even worse, sacks on your quarterback.
You've drilled it down, and then the last couple of weeks they've been so good about not just on first down, but when they go for a shot on first down and don't make it to get a run that gets them 4, 5, 6 yards.
Third and manageable, yeah.
Exactly. And even if they don't manage it on third down, the Golish doesn't mind going for it on fourth down. So that's been pretty big.
I like the fact that the Bulls have scored on special teams in 4 of their 5 games. They've done it a bunch of different ways, but 2 block punts is 2 block punts, and you don't think that North Texas hasn't been preparing for that.
Yeah, and you started all off with what happened against Boise State when the game was 10-7 and they get the fake punt. So that's been a huge part of the game, not just scoring, obviously. But field goals, that Nico is good for anything 50+.
Yeah.
You know that Chase Leon is going to pin the opponent inside the 15 every single time it's possible.
By the way, he's top 20 right now in punting average, so he's booming it.
It's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. So everyone wants to talk about quarterback, running back, receivers, but there's been a lot of other parts of this Bulls team that's leading to their success. Defense, a big part as well.
We talked a little bit in the last hour about turnover margin, how important these two defenses have been this season, especially in getting takeaways. Both have 11 takeaways. USF is a +4. That's top 25 in the country. North Texas is a +8. They are top 10 in the country. And really, both teams have capitalized on those turnovers. And if you don't do something with the turnovers, what good is the turnover usually?
Yeah, it's funny because Boise actually, it worked out in the first game because the Bulls forced them into few turnovers, but they only converted one of them. Well, if you do that against North Texas, it's not going to work out because they've converted 9 of their 11 takeaways into touchdowns. And Skylar Cassidy, the new defense coordinator, came there from Sam Houston State along with a lot of players and a lot of staff. They're big on turnovers. They're great on pass defense. That has been one thing we cannot harp on enough, the difference between what's going on with their head coach the last few seasons and specifically this season. They can stop people. They can turn you over. They can't just score points, and that's why they're so good.
Both teams have been dynamite in the red zone so far this season. North Texas, 30 for 31, Derek. That's nearly 97%. That's top 10 in the country. The Bulls are 14 of 15, 93%. And remember, the Bulls have gone multiple quarters without even running a play in the red zone, yet they continue to score at a high level. Here's the kicker. The North Texas red zone defense isn't all that great. USF's is. They're top 20 in the country, holding opponents to 75%. So, teams are only getting points 1 out of 4 times.
And also, that's a huge situation when you get into that spot when both teams are similarly competitive, when you can hold somebody to 3 instead of 7. That might be the real difference tonight, guys. I think the actual opportunities in the red zone are going to be similar.
Yeah, opponents are getting points 3 out of 4, not 1 out of 4. They would probably be leading the country if they were holding them to 1 out of 4. All right, we're going to continue the pregame show. We'll hear from CEO of Athletics, Rob Higgins. He is in Denton, Texas to talk with the guys. Bulls and Mean Green tonight in the American. Coming up on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Florida Blue presents Game-Changing Health Solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue Center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue Health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
You know the power and energy the Bulls bring every game day. Imagine that same energy powering your home. With Blue Next Power, you can harness the sun's force just like our teams harness their drive on the gridiron. Get in the game with an environmentally friendly, cost-saving solar electric system and score big savings on your energy bills. Kick off your solar journey today at BlueNextPower.com, your local family-owned solar energy provider. Go green, go team, and go solar.
Hey Bulls fans, score big at Hooters this season and take advantage of the Bulls Bundle Tailgate Pack. 20 traditional wings, 20 boneless wings, fries, or tots for $62.99. Available for to-go orders only in the Tampa Bay area. Visit OriginalHooters.com to place your order. Even better, you can register for your chance to win a Hooters USF tailgate party. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your catered tailgate, including USF tents and chairs, before the November 6th game versus UTSA. Visit OriginalHooters.com/Bulls to enter. Hooters, get your game on.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is your head football coach, Alex Golish. The new radio home for Bulls football is Q105.
Bulls' first visit to North Texas since 2001. Kickoff 6:36 tonight. That's local time, 7:36 back home. CEO of Athletics, Rob Higgins, joins us. Rob, you've had a busy first week, and I thought it was interesting the note you sent not only to Bulls fans and supporters, but to staff as well about your directives, the Stampede acronym, and what that means now.
Sure. Well, if the listeners haven't had a chance to see their inbox yet or haven't seen it on social media, I'll just quickly review it with you. It's to serve and develop student athletes through bold collaboration and innovation, achieve championship success, and monetize every opportunity in a professional, authentic, and ethical manner. Earn our destiny with relentless energy. And Jim, far more than anybody that words matter. And there's a lot of words in there. I would say it's really strategic and intentional. It's, I think, cute that it starts with Stampede and those letters are leveraged, but it's really a core belief. Everything we do starts with student athletes, so that's why it's in the first part of the equation. We certainly want to be bold, just like our university is being bold on a lot of different fronts. We obviously always want to be professional, authentic, and ethical, but that last sentence, I think, kind of ties it all together, which is to earn our destiny with relentless energy. And I think there's a lot of conjecture around what our destiny is, but with relentless energy, we're going to get to where we need to go, and we just appreciate everybody being a part of the Stampede. I will say just real quick, the strongest Stampedes are together. And I don't know if you've ever seen a one-bull stampede. It's not nearly as good as when you have 1,000 bulls all pulling in the right direction and charging hard, and that's what this Stampede's all about.
Well, an opportunity tonight, national television for the second consecutive Friday. Two teams that have been playing very well. If you want to make a statement, you look for games where you have that opportunity, and this is one of them for the Bulls tonight.
Absolutely. That's what these student athletes have dreamed of their entire life and have worked so hard to be a part of, is just as our coaching staff, our support staff, and everybody wants to be on the biggest of stages. So we've got it here tonight. I can tell you they're prepped and ready to go, whether it was throughout the building, late at night with everybody grinding in the right direction, to early in the morning to seeing them walk around the team hotel and getting prepped and ready. It's going to be a special night, and we're looking forward to it for all of our entire USF family.
Getting close to basketball season, how about preseason conference number 1 for the women, preseason conference number 2 for the men? It's going to be a great season coming up.
Yeah, it's a shame that our men's program's not getting more respect and they're underrated here in the preseason. But what we've talked a lot about is rankings don't matter. It's the results that do. But I will say, just seeing both of those programs in the off season, putting in the extra work, the amount of time they're spending in practice, the development has been awesome. So they've earned those rankings, but I know, again, they're focused on the process and the production. And I have never seen, Jim, you've been around both these programs for a long time, I've never seen this much anticipation this early for both of these seasons. So we can't wait to see it all unfold here in short order.
Good time to get your tickets, 1-800-GO-BULLS. Elsewhere around the department, we have a still unbeaten men's soccer team, volleyball with a big match coming up, and women's soccer playing well also.
Oh, man, the fall seasons have been awesome. Our volleyball team has a big one tonight against Rice, so I've got two eyes for a reason. I'm going to have one eye on this game right here, and then an eye online watching our USF volleyball team take on Rice. But both soccer programs, incredible starts. Our women's team dropped a tough one last night at UTSA, but really proud of all their effort. And then the men's team, as you mentioned, to still be unbeaten, they continue to do some great things. So all the Bulls teams are clicking on all cylinders, and we're looking forward to keeping that be the case.
You're about 10 days into this thing. Is it playing out the way you hoped it would?
It has been a dream come true. I've said it often. My feet have not hit the floor yet, and part of that is because I'm in a dead sprint trying to make all of Bulls Nation and really proud here. But it's amazing to be a part of the team. It is a special team across the board, and just so excited for this chapter of USF athletics. We hit on it last time we had the interview, but you can follow along on the journey, whether it be at gousfbulls.com from a website standpoint, or certainly all of our social handles at USF Athletics. You can follow me along at rhiggins_USF. There's so many exciting things happening with our athletic program, with our entire school and our entire community, and there's no better time to be a Bull, that's for sure.
Rob, thanks for taking time for us. Have fun tonight.
Thanks, Jim.
CEO of Athletics, Rob Higgins. This place is filling up here. Going to be a great atmosphere. Bulls and North Texas coming up on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
USF's meteoric rise in academics is matched only by its surge in athletics. USF football, in less than 30 years, is crashing the gates of college football's elite. But they've never had a true home. Until now. a cathedral built for college football, seating over 35,000. The campus will come to life as tents and RVs fill fan zones that stretch across every inch of green space. Tens of thousands of alumni and fans join in on the game day celebrations, some relaxing in luxury suites, others in exclusive club areas. Many more are gathered in one of college football's boldest features, a rooftop lounge boasting the longest bar in the state of Florida. This is more than just a stadium. It's a statement, a new home, a new era, and it all begins now.
Reserve your seat by becoming a season ticket holder today. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS. That's 1-800-GO-BULLS.
VIVO Brady's want your kids to be part of the USF Bulls Player Tunnel. This season, at all USF Bulls home football games, your child can get on the field at Raymond James Stadium as the Bulls get set to take on their rivals. Sign up at Bulls Bay in the South Plaza on game day to be part of this amazing experience. Participation subject to NCAA and American Conference compliance rules. VIVO Brady's, proud partner of the USF Bulls.
Over the last 190 years, a lot has changed.
But at Yingling, America's oldest brewery, we're still focused on one thing: brewing darn good beer.
Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
Did you know accidents are the #1 leading cause of death and injury for children? Swimming pools, toys and bicycles, even school backpacks need your supervision. Do you know first aid? Have you practiced a fire drill? Your family's safety begins with you.
This station, the Beasley Best Community of Caring, and Regal Automotive have more information at myq105.com/caring.
At Regal Kia, we understand that every new car buyer is different. Every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, Regal Kia offers a 20-year powertrain guarantee. Sal says yes, you will pay less.
Run with the Bulls right here on Q105.
To the pregame show as the South Florida Bulls ranked 24th in the AP poll, 29th in the coaches poll, getting ready to take on the North Texas Mean Green, 33rd in the AP poll, 30th in the coaches poll. Before we get you back out to Denton, Texas, let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
WRBQ FM HD1 HD2 Tampa, WJBR AM Sefner, W276CX Newport Richie, W221 DW Tampa. This is South Florida Bulls football.
It is that time to find out what on earth Sam Barrington is thinking about. Here's Joey Johnston along with Sam.
All right, we've got Samuel Barrington Esquire sitting right here in the booth at North Texas. Sam, this place is filling up. Everybody's wearing black. It's going to be sold out. From a player standpoint, from a visiting player standpoint, when you step into an environment like this, what's it like?
Well, it differs, you know what I mean? Because I think it's all contingent on where you are as a player, where your team is. And so I think USF right now is starting to feel their confidence. But it's a little bit teeter, right? Because they know that they're a good team. However, you just went out coming off of a bye week, and you didn't struggle against this team, but there were a lot of mistakes. I mean, that it should have been 120-0, you know, if they had went out and played their game. And so the biggest challenge for USF is to come out and play their game and be the best team, be the most intense team here in Denton, Texas today. Overall, Joey, this is an amazing environment. Even though we know Dallas, the Metro Dallas area is a big city, big town, and in this town, it feels like Dallas is just a little bit outside of Dallas. However, I think this is, you know, a college football experience. You know what I mean? An athletic director, a president makes the decision to shut down the university for this game today. I mean, that's college football at its finest definition.
You alluded to last week's game at Charlotte. It was 54-26 USF, and you never want to undersell a victory over anybody. Certainly not a convincing victory, but the Bulls didn't play well through most of it. So how does a player feel about that? And also, you know, none of us in life are going to be perfect. We have bad days, we have good days. So what's the key to a football team when they just don't have it that day?
Sure. Kind
of emerging from that and being better next time out.
Yeah, I think it's two ways to look at it, right? You got to look at what did Charlotte get done on their own, and what did you allow them to do? What did you get done, and what did Charlotte allow you to do? What did you do wrong? And I think for me, I'm going straight at the drop passes by the receivers, because when you got a quarterback like Byron Brown, you have to take advantage of the opportunities that are given. And we all knew USF wanted to find ways to start fast, and they did get that done last year. But there were 2 passes early in the game that a receiver should have took down, and they should have probably even scored on both plays. Those are the things that you can't allow to happen today, because this environment, all of the energy surrounding this game, you probably won't make it out of that. Overall, Charlotte gets paid to play football in 2025 just like any other university. Probably it's not as big of a budget, but they still get paid. So my point is, you just got to worry about the next game. You got to put that one behind you. You got to learn from your mistakes. Is USF a better team than what they showed last week? Certainly so. And they just got to come and answer and affirm to themselves that they are here in Denton.
Final thing, Sam, North Texas has a redshirt freshman quarterback, Drew Mestamaker, who hadn't started a game since the 9th grade, and now he's having success in college. He's off to a great start. But let's say you're on USF's defense and you're looking at that young kid. What are you trying to get done against this guy who maybe hasn't been in a game quite this big? How do you establish your defensive dominance against a guy with not that much experience?
Yeah, Joey, great question. And, just a quick sidebar, I love when you ask me questions.
Awesome. I love talking to you.
We
should probably take this on the road, Sam. I don't know. Somewhere.
You said it before, and we really need to. Hopefully the fans give us some, engagement via Twitter or whatnot and just affirm that thought. Just don't ask me for any money. That's the question.
Well, that was my next question, Sam, actually.
No, but seriously, great question. So a quarterback, right? Young or old, but more so the young guys, you want to pressure the heck out of them. If you can get a quarterback out of his spot and get him to think, and make moves with his feet and have to make throws on the run, you're doing a great job as a defense. So you want to pressure this guy. You want to get him rattled early. You also want to show different looks in the secondary. You know what I mean? You might be playing cover 3, but you might be playing cover 2, but you want to show a cover 3 shell. You might be blitzing, but then you want to go cover 2 because he's thinking to get the ball out. Now you got a cornerback sitting in the flat waiting to take the ball away. You want to move around a lot because young quarterbacks, they're still understanding the game. They're still learning how to be disciplined in their reads and stuff like that. So as many as pre-snap things as you can show this guy, you want to definitely do it because it's definitely going to have some type of negative impact on his game. Unless he has, ice in his veins and he's just that guy, then that's a different story. However, I don't think that's the case, and I think USF's defense, who's been a real bright spot for this team all year, has a really good opportunity to show out on national television today.
All right, Sam, thank you, guys. That's what Sam is thinking.
Very much, guys, as we are 30 minutes away from kickoff in Denton, Texas. Don't forget that your American Conference champion volleyball squad, the reigning champions, are getting to work in just a matter of moments at Tudor Fieldhouse at Rice. So Derek will keep you up to date on that match throughout the course of the night. They're returning home next weekend. First place Bulls welcome in Charlotte for a 6 o'clock match inside the Corral on Friday. You can get your tickets by visiting USF Bulls Tix, TIX.com. We'll come back with our Get Crazy segment. Also, Joey takes a look at his keys to the game tonight. Bulls and Mean Green coming your way from big old Texas on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is good!
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
3-ball right side. Yeah!
Wow!
Let's go! Yeah!
We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hester! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
From weather-tight windows doors done right. Call WeatherTight Windows for WeatherTight Mike. For WeatherTight Windows, hurricane strong. Go to WeatherTightWindows.com. 813-908-0131. For energy savings the whole year long. WeatherTightWindows.com.
WeatherTight Windows only sells PGT custom windows and doors, the best in the industry, and WeatherTight Windows has been best of Tampa Bay for 3 years in a row. Don't miss out on current rebates, $100 per window, $200 per door. Go to WeatherTightWindows.com today and schedule your free consultation. Do it before hurricane season. Tell WeatherTight Mike MJ sent you, and don't forget the cookies.
813-908-0131. WeatherTight Windows. WeatherTightWindows.com.
Kickoff is less than half an hour away on Q105.
Getting you ready for Friday Night Football. South Florida Bulls on the road in the American Conference, taking on the Mean Green of North Texas. Denton Area Teachers Credit Union Stadium. They call it DATQ for short, which was Derek's nickname in high school, believe it or not. We will hear from Derek Sharp coming up in just a bit. We're going to get you back out to Denton as Joey Johnston joins us for his keys to the game tonight. This comes from Joey's article on GoUSFBulls.com. He goes in depth. We kind of get the highlights here. As Joey, we appreciate you giving us some more time. We'll have your Get Crazy prediction coming up in just a bit as well. But your first key for this one tonight is weather the storm.
Yes, and before I say that, I want to say my nickname in high school was Who Dat Q, just for your information. But weathering the storm, you always have to do this on the road. You're going to face a hostile environment. You're probably going to face some adversity, and it may be a little tense early on. So the Bulls have got to play their game no matter what they're faced with tonight. And the good part is the Bulls have been to Gainesville. They've been to Miami. Many of these guys went to Tuscaloosa last year. So a tough environment is nothing new, so I expect the Bulls to actually do this very well.
For folks just joining us in the pregame show, Joey and I talked weather a little bit earlier on, and Mother Nature will not be a factor. No storms in the forecast. It's going to be a nice night for football, isn't it, Joey?
Yeah, very nice. Not much humidity. A little warm during the day. I went out walking around our area, some incredibly nice homes. Not as nice as your home, Jim, but really nice homes here in the North Dallas area. But yes, you're right. It should be a beautiful night for football.
Pressure the quarterback is key number 2.
Yeah, obviously the kid for North Texas is off to a great start. Drew Mestamaker, the redshirt freshman. You can't let him be comfortable. You can't let him get set in his spot. You've got to get in his face and knock him around. That's almost job one for this defense tonight, to rattle the guy a little bit, because so far he's had pretty clear sailing. Hadn't been sacked too much. He's got 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The Bulls have got to change those numbers tonight.
Key number 3 is do the little things well.
Yeah, and this goes back to last week, Jim, the Charlotte game, where the Bulls did not do the little things well throughout the game, even though they won comfortably. They've got to catch passes, not drop them. They've got to avoid silly penalties. They cannot turn the ball over. They've got to execute. Just all these things that we know they can do, but they've got to go out and do them tonight.
And lastly, I really like this because there's been so much talk about Byron Brown throughout the course of the entire season, and really, he was on full display last Friday night at home against Charlotte, but you'd like to see the Bulls turn Byron loose.
Hey, man, let him go. Let him go. You're on national TV tonight. A lot of guys are tuning in that maybe they're looking at USF for the first time. They've heard about the win against Florida. They know how competitive the Bulls have been. Chance to settle into the couch wherever you're living in America, watch USF Bulls and see this guy Byron Brown. Maybe you've heard his name. This is a chance for Byron to make a real statement, not only what he can do, but also to show the conference how good of a player he is. Not that he has a one-man team, but, man, the guy can do it all. He can pass, he can run, and here's a great stage for him to perform on tonight.
And, Joey, that North Texas defense is top 10 in the country against the pass, but, boy, they've given up some big numbers on the ground, and Byram, coming off a career-high rushing total against Charlotte, could have a field day today.
Yeah, you know what you just said, that makes me wonder about those numbers. How good are they actually against the pass when they've given up that much against the run? I think it may be a case of the opponents just wanting to run it and not pass it very much. So we'll see tonight. We'll see how the numbers look tonight, but I think the Bulls have a chance to do some things on offense. We'll see how they choose to attack it, but I believe they will score some points and get some yards for sure.
Those are the keys to the game, courtesy of Joey Johnston and his article on GoUSFBulls.com. Once again, we encourage you to go to that. You still have time before kickoff and check out the entire article. Joey will stay with us as we start to dive into Get Crazy. Sam Barrington comes on board as well, as does Derek Sharp, Derek has 2 correct Get Crazy predictions so far this season, and we're still early in the year. But Sam has 2 as well.
Like, I have to do a prediction right now. This is not my official one, but we're talking about Dak Q. Dak Q was my nickname, you said. And then what was yours, Joey, in high school, you said?
Who Dak Q?
All right, so can I just guess what Sam's was? GQ, right?
or the king, I think.
I like that. No, it was Big Sam.
Big Sam.
Yeah.
That's it.
Of course it was Big Sam.
Yeah, Big Sam.
In all reality, seriously, let's not just talk for entertainment purposes. Like I was D Sharp. Like I was fine with D Sharp.
I can see that.
Yeah.
What about you, Jim?
I was Joey J. I've always been Joey J.
All
Not
right.
JJ, Joey J.
All right.
When I was younger, the girls used to call me Jiminy Cricket, which I never really understood, but it's not very flattering. Honestly.
Man,
listen,
thanks for being honest.
It's no Big Sam, let me tell you that. Speaking of Big
man,
Sam,
you know what? It's earned, not given, big dog. You know what I mean?
I can just see the lunchroom at Sam's high school. Somebody coming in and says, "Hey man, can I jump the line a little bit?" Well, ask Big Sam over there.
Big Sam.
Yeah. I was the guy who was stopping people from fighting. Like I was like, "Hey man, stop!" And then they stopped fighting. You know.
Oh, okay.
So by that time, I had 40 scholarship offers. Like I'm not proud about what I'm about to say, but I would literally answer my cell phone in college, and when the teacher would be like, "Sam," I'd just hold my finger up and then.
Excuse
I'm
me,
not proud. I need to call her and apologize.
What, you want to be addressed as Big Sam? Was that the deal?
She'd just be like, "Sam, come on, like."
So if you wanted to skip the line and get your Salisbury steak faster, you had to go through Big Sam Barrington. That's good to know.
Salisbury steak, chocolate milk, and applesauce. I'm surprised I'm still living.
Solid chocolate milk choice. Love that.
Don't forget
the unmentionable coleslaw.
Yeah,
which Sam never ate, I'm sure.
That's why I didn't like coleslaw, because the high school experience was not good. Outside of that, Plant City High School was great. Who's going first?
Let's go with Big Sam, I think. He has to go first, right?
How is that the case when I'm tied for wins?
No, that means
yeah. Sam's on strategy. He wants to go last.
Yeah, I need to go last.
Do you know how it is in golf?
I'll go first.
In golf, when you win the hole, you go first.
Yeah, really.
You get honors.
Come on, man. You get honors. This is the best example of how Sam has not come up with this pick
yet. At some point, we need to start this segment, fellas.
I got it.
Okay,
all
right.
Derek.
Sorry, Joey. Okay, this is going to be a two-parter. Ready? Byron Brown will be third on the list in Bulls rushing yards collectors tonight. I know that Alex Gullish wants some running backs to lead the chart. Byron Brown will be third as far as Bulls running backs, and 2 parts. Chase Garnett, Fort Worth, Texas, will run for at least 50 yards and get a touchdown. How's that?
Listen, he's sitting behind 3 other guys right now.
That's why it's significant.
Yeah, but the Fort Worth will show out to see him tonight. That's for sure. All right, good one from Derek. Wow, you're doubling up on your prediction. Very, very difficult.
Very confident.
Yeah, often fails, but if you hit, it's tremendous. Joey, who's still looking for his first Get Crazy correct prediction this year, you're up.
There will be a total of 9 touchdowns scored in this game. Period.
9.
Paragraph.
Like that is the exact number? Not more, not less.
Not at least 9.
At least 9. Okay, 9
yes,
or
at
more.
least 9.
By both teams.
Yes.
Okay.
By both teams. Not going to tell you how it's going to shake down. It could be 9-0 USF. We'll see.
That's what I want to hear.
But I see 9 TDs.
All right. We'll wait for Big Sam. He'll go last. I will go next. Both teams take the ball away. Both teams with 11 takeaways this season, and we've talked about how North Texas is in the top 5 in the country in turnover margin. The Bulls will be a +3 in turnover margin tonight. By the time this thing is all said and done.
They've only permitted 3 turnovers total.
Exactly right, Derek. You're exactly on board with me. The Bulls +3 turnover margin by the end of the night. All right, Big Sam, what you got?
See, now I feel bad about going last because you just impacted my whole deal. But I'm going 3 interceptions. You know what? give me a second. 3 turnovers by USF's defense. I think they're going to have a really good opportunity to get after this quarterback. I definitely see him putting some in the hands of the defensive backs, but I also like the fact that this defense is going to get back there to him. He's a young guy. He don't know how to hold on to the football.
Yep.
It's coming out. 3 turnovers by USF's defense.
Okay, so that means North Texas has to have 0 for mine to hit.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
2
good.
men can be right.
Yes.
I would take it.
Jimmy
Hey, listen, you know, I'll take it right now. If the Bulls are a +3, force 3 turnovers, you guys, that means the Bulls are going to win, and I'll give you both the win. They just showed Mestermaker on TV, you know, like doing some warm-up tosses. He doesn't impress me, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to be in good shape.
He's not a very big kid.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean,
he's
when you
not.
look at him.
All right, guys, we'll hear from you later. Just a few other things going on in USF land. Definitely wanted to mention. First of all, you kind of alluded to it earlier. How it's funny how the schedule has. It's just featured this game. The Bulls going to Memphis in a couple weeks. I actually looked at it between Memphis, Navy, North Texas, the 3 undefeated teams, and Tulane. None of those teams play each other until November. So the Bulls actually do kind of have the upper hand as far as being able to figure out how this thing's going to shake out. Of course, they win tonight. It's a big step. I heard Rob Higgins mention earlier how our volleyball team is playing tonight. They're the only team that got off to a 4-0 start in conference play. They're playing Rice. The Owls are one of 4 teams at 3-1 in the conference and were picked to win the league ahead of USF. Right now, they're in the first set at 16-14. The women's soccer team did lose yesterday to UTSA, but they have a big game against Rice on Sunday. If they win that, they'll be in good shape for a 2 or 3 second or third place finish in the conference. Men's soccer is still undefeated. They have gone 11 matches into the season without a loss. That's an all-time record.
Awesome.
They play at FIU on Sunday night. That is a huge one because not just for standings, but there's really only 2 teams left on their schedule in the last 6 games that are ahead of them in the RPI. So, you know, you kind of want to win that game. So that's going on right there. And, of course, we want to echo it for people that weren't tuned in earlier. The women's basketball team, which has been the case every year since UConn left the league, picked to win the league, but also significantly, Brian Hodson, getting the knowledge from around the coaches in the conference, picked to finish second is the men's team behind Memphis. So that was a big deal yesterday.
Memphis gets 11 first-place votes. The only other 2 went to South Florida.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
All right, that'll do it for Derek and I here on the pregame. We're going to turn things over to Jim Lauk now with head coach Alex Golish.
Denton, Texas tonight for the Bulls in North Texas. Head coach Alex Golish joins us. Coach, this is a big one, another Friday nighter, a lot of eyes on the Bulls. What has the week of preparation been like?
It's been really good. I think our guys are really intentional and they understand now you're in October, you're playing meaningful games, and that's what we've been working towards. Interesting, just an opponent we hadn't seen, which is rare now in year 3. But I think it's certainly refreshing for our guys to go on the road, play in an incredible environment, something that they've done. I think they've built confidence in it as we've gone here through the season, and it's going to be a really, really exciting environment.
That was such an unusual game last week. A lot of highs and definitely some lows. I mean, I don't want to say how do you bounce back from that. You put up 54 and you won, but I know there were segments of that game that you weren't pleased with. How has the team responded after that?
Yeah, I think a lot can be said that when we walked in the locker room after the game, in a lot of ways it felt like a loss, and you won by 4 touchdowns in a conference game. Maybe in a positive way you can say it showed maturity and growth. Like you said, just the highs of highs, how you start, especially defensively. You go the first 8 drives and it's 7 3-and-outs and a block punt. But you offensively, as good as you start, then you turn it over 4 times. And when you gain 4 turnovers and give it up 4 times, it's certainly very uncharacteristic of what we've done. I think for us, so many teaching moments, and we used every minute of Sunday and Monday to use as teaching moments. And I think our guys took it really well. That's what I give a lot of credit to our players for right now, is they're taking the coaching, they're accepting the coaching. There's no resistance to the coaching. I think there's a huge buy-in, and anytime you can coach really, really hard things in a win, it's certainly a lot better than coaching them in a loss. And I think that's where we are right now as a program, is that these guys want to know why, they want to know how, and they're going to continue to execute.
North Texas is 5-0. You talked a little bit during the week about their quarterback, a former walk-on that's playing very well. What are they doing so well to get to this point?
Yeah, I think you start offensively. You know, Eric has always put up points, always put up yards, and it's an offshoot off the air raid, and it's different. It's unique, and it's something you got to get ready for. Ironically enough, here we got 2 weeks of kind of the same background and the same history. You know, defensively, I think that's been the biggest difference for them. You know, these first couple of years, they've struggled on defense while putting up points, and it's led to mediocrity in terms of wins and losses. And I think right now the difference is this new defensive staff with a bunch of new defensive guys. Virtually every starter on defense is new, but they're playing with their hair on fire. They're playing really sound football. I think what they do schematically gives you a lot of challenges. And more than anything, they're playing really, really good, hard-nosed, tough football right now. And that's been the difference. Certainly the quarterback playing well helps, but defensively they've been really, really good. And you add a special teams unit that's kind of like us. You watch them on special teams and you could tell there's a team buy-in into the special teams. They've created extra possessions and they play really, really hard. So when you got all three sides of the ball humming, you end up with a 5-0 record and deservingly a big game at home.
Should be a great atmosphere. We're looking forward to it. Two teams right at the top of the conference. Coach, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
Head coach of the Bulls, Alex Golish. Stay with us. Much more to come. It is the Bulls and the Mean Green of North Texas coming up on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. 8+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey Bulls fans, visit Hooters for a USF Bulls away game party. Hang with Rocky and have a chance to win USF home game tickets and Bulls gear while you watch the game. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls to get all the details on dates and locations. And don't forget to register for your chance to win a Hooters USF catered tailgate at the November 6th UTSA game. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your tailgate and see your new USF tent and chairs. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls for all the details. Hooters, get your game on.
You know the power and energy the Bulls bring every game day. Imagine that same energy powering your home. With Blue Nex Power, you can harness the sun's force just like our teams harness their drive on the gridiron. Get in the game with an environmentally friendly, cost-saving solar electric system and score big savings on your energy bills. Kick off your solar journey today at BlueNexPower.com, your local family-owned solar energy provider. Go green, go team, and go solar.
The Bulls are ready to stampede. This season of South Florida Bulls football is presented by TGH, Tampa General, the region's only academic health system.
We're almost set to kick it off.
Now, along with Sam Barrington and Joey Johnston, here's the voice of the Bulls, Jim Lapp, on Q105.
Looks like it'll be a pretty good crowd in Denton tonight. The student section in particular looks strong here, as the Bulls in North Texas are about 8 minutes away from kicking it off. North Texas 5-0. Their wins over Lamar, Western Michigan, Washington State, Army, and South Alabama. They average 44 points per game. Their quarterback has 11 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. But, Sam, I guess the wild card in all of this, when you look at stats, is the strength of schedule. There's no Miamis, there's no Floridas, there's no Boise State on the list of teams that North Texas has played so far this year.
That's a good statement there, Jim. And you know what? I was one of those guys in the pregame, and I said the same thing. You know, strength of schedule is a real thing, right? However, you know, for any team, for any quarterback at this stage in the season, to be as accomplished as he is and as efficient he is, you can take your hat off to that guy, because at the end of the day, that means that they're playing a scheme very well. That means they know their playbook very well. That means they're confident playing with each other. So either way, this is a team who knows how to win this year, and this is a team who wants to win here at home in front of a nice sold-out crowd. So USF will have their work cut out for them. It's not going to be one of those games where they just rolled out the football and, you know, walk out of the stadium, get their lunch, and go get on the plane happy. They're going to have to earn it today.
These teams have only faced each other twice, once in 2001, once in 2002. Bulls won both games 28-10 at home, 24-17 here in Denton. Joey, it's a beautiful day. It looks like a great atmosphere, and about 5 or 10 minutes away from kickoff, it looks like North Texas has fulfilled what they tried to do in filling up the stands here.
Yeah, it's a very exciting environment around the campus and certainly inside the stadium. So I think definitely for the first few minutes of the game, we're going to be at a fever pitch. But as Mike Tyson always said, everybody has a plan until you get hit in the mouth, and then what do you do then? So we'll see how the game levels out, see who can get the early advantage. But certainly North Texas will have great fan support, and if the Mean Green can get some early momentum, they might be able to ride that a bit.
One more break, and then we are ready to get started. Bulls in North Texas coming up on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
VIVO Brady's want your kids to be part of the USF Bulls Player Tunnel. This season, at all USF Bulls home football games, your child can get on the field at Raymond James Stadium as the Bulls get set to take on their rivals. Sign up at Bulls Bay in the South Plaza on game day to be part of this amazing experience. Participation subject to NCAA and American Conference compliance rules. VIVO Brady's, proud partner of the USF Bulls.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
You're locked in with the Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls in mean green tonight. South Florida white jerseys, gold helmets, green pants. North Texas all black except for dark green numbers. They were the Eagles until the mid-'60s, and then the Mean Green nickname kind of caught on. They made the official change in 1973. Couple of years in the American. As mentioned, these two teams have only played 2 times in the past, and this is the first time that the two teams have met as members of the American. Cole Best, Mac Harris, DJ Harris, Derek Bowman are the captains for South Florida. They are out at midfield, and we're about to have the coin toss and to find out who's going to start off with the football.
All right, South Florida, you're the visiting team, so you'll make the call. This is the coin that we'll use. This is heads, and this is tails. This is heads, and this is tails. South Florida, what's your call?
Tails.
He calls tails. Tails is the call. It is heads. North Texas, you won the toss. Okay, so you're going to take the ball. Which direction do you want to kick? Okay, so if you'll put your back over there, you guys will come here. North Texas has won the toss. They have elected to receive. South Florida will kick in this direction.
Well, we mentioned North Texas scores 44 points a game, and they want the ball to begin. So this will be interesting. Bulls will get the ball to start the third quarter, but the Mean Green will open up on offense. Just perfect weather here, very little breeze, reasonable humidity, warm temperatures, and the skies are just crystal clear. Weather should not be a factor in any way, shape, or form tonight. So the Bulls trying to get to 5-1, homecoming next week against Florida Atlantic, and then another big road game at Memphis. There's no doubt, Joey, the Bulls' conference schedule pretty challenging even without coming up against Tulane. When you've got Memphis, Navy, and North Texas all on the road, that's a tough run.
Yep, the Bulls will have to earn it if they are to win the conference title. There's no question about that. But you can't get there without winning this one. You got to take care of the North Texas Mean Green first before you can look ahead to anybody else.
So the Mean Green at 5-0, and if they get this one tonight, you can look at the rest of their schedule and really wonder who's going to give them trouble. They've got UTSA, then Charlotte. Then they've got to deal with Navy, but then UAB, Rice, and Temple. No Memphis for them. This is probably one of their cornerstone games of the year, and that in part is why they have such a good crowd tonight. It is absolutely not a sellout. They may have moved all the tickets, but there are significant areas of the stands that don't have a soul in them now, but their student section is filled to the brim. They are loud and excited, and they are on the sidelines right behind the Bulls bench. So the deep men are back. Simeon Evans, Adam Zuaji will kick it off for South Florida. Ball is in the air, and we are underway from Denton. This will hit the end zone. It will be a touchback, and the Mean Green will take over with a 1st and 10. Drew Mestamaker was a walk-on coming to this program. He wound up getting the start last year in their bowl game almost by default because of injuries and defections from the program, but he played well in the bowl game, came out and has won the job this year, and he's been terrific, completing 68% of his passes, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's also run for 2 touchdowns. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. He's throwing, getting chased by Seliskar, drops out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds to get rid of it. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, Sam, that's what you need to see. Seliskar that time providing a little pressure.
Yeah, and the thing is USF only sent 4 guys just in, and so obviously it's only the first play of the game. But if the four deep down defensive linemen can by themselves impact this quarterback, it's going to be a long day for North Texas.
Second down, handoff, Caleb Hawkins, and he runs into Mac Harris, and that's a bad place to run into. He's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of about a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down and 11 for Memphis, or rather for North Texas.
You know, Jim, as a linebacker, you're looking for that first piece of contact early in the game, and that was it for Mac Harris. Then he went and he took on the guard, blew him up, and then tackled the running back in the backfield for a loss. Amazing play by Mac Harris.
Hawkins still the running back on 3rd down and 11 from the North Texas 24. Mestamaker to throw, better protection, throws, and it's dropped at the 45. Boy, had a man and had the first down, and instead the pass is dropped, and South Florida's defense going to get off the field with a 3-and-out. Trey Williams, one of the tight ends, unable to make that open catch.
Well, the next closest man to Trey Williams was probably over in Galveston, you know, sitting over near the port. I'll tell you what, that was a wide open pass that he dropped. We saw it last week with USF coming off the bye week. We'll see if North Texas continues to struggle catching the football.
Alvon Isaac is deep. Punt toward the sideline. Isaac catches it with a foot out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Bulls will take over. So a good start for the Bulls, and they'll have their first possession. Rockies Rookies is the official kids club of USF Athletics. Rockies Rookies members receive exclusive merchandise, invitation to special events, free tickets, and more. Find out how to join Rockies Rookies by visiting GoUSFBulls.com. 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. No Cartavius Norton, he's out indefinitely. Sam Franklin is the running back. Eccles comes in motion. Franklin gets the handoff, big hole, and he's out near the 40. Gonna pick up about 9. It'll be 2nd down and short. Bulls up to the line quickly, ready to go. Franklin again, big hole again into the secondary, crosses the 50, gets to the 45. Ball came out late, but it looks like he was down at the 45. 1st and 10 Bulls on the North Texas 45. 15 on that carry for Franklin. Scoreless in the first quarter, but the Bulls on the march on their first possession. Brown to throw. Far sideline, Mudia Rubin. He's going to get about 8. So the Bulls clicking on first downs here. They get 8 this time. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the North Texas 37. Brown again, same spot. Rubin trying to break a tackle. Looks like he got to the 35, which would be enough for the first down. He gains 2. That moves the sticks. 1st and 10. Bulls going at lightning speed. Here's Brown to throw, but this time he'll be sacked. He fumbles it, and North Texas has it. So the Bulls, who turned it over 4 times against Charlotte, give it up on their first possession here. Defensive end Ethan Day makes the play at the 47 of North Texas.
Yeah, Jim, he looks like he just came from the right side, you know, just ran free, and I'm not quite sure if he just beat somebody or if someone just missed their block, but he just came absolutely free to Byron Brown's blind side, and Byron Brown could not react fast enough, and he was able to knock the ball out. So that's a nice turn of events for North Texas.
Bulls get off to a great start, but then things go downhill. The Mean Green will have the ball when we come back. No score in the first quarter on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center and exhale, treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts, seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue, having your own Florida Blue health consultant,
Welcome.
or cheering on your team right now? Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This is your head football coach, Alex Golish. The new radio home for Bulls football is Q105.
The Bulls turn it over in their first possession, Joey. We know how important turnovers are. Key to the early season success for the Bulls, winning the turnover battle. Not good to give up one early.
No, really, it wasn't good at all, Jim, because the Bulls had North Texas back on its heels, and then Byron Brown gets the ball slapped away, so North Texas has good field position.
On their own 47, 1st and 10. We've played about 2.5 minutes, no score. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back for North Texas. Mestamaker 0 for 2 in the early going. Wide receiver in motion, long snap count. Now they give it to Hawkins, and he'll be knocked down near the line of scrimmage. Might have gained a yard. Denard Flowers on the tackle. They'll put it on the 48, gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Rolling to the right, Mestamaker getting chased by Harris, throws it downfield. It's caught at about the 25 of South Florida, and that'll be enough for the 1st down. Nice throw on the run. Cameron Dorner with his 16th catch of the year. He gets it to the Bulls 26, 1st and 10. 26-yard pickup on the play. Again, they had Mestamaker flushed out of the pocket, but made a really nice throw on the run. 1st and 10 from the Bulls 26. Mestamaker looking to throw over the middle. It is knocked down, incomplete. Chenault, and now a very, very late flag comes down. Miles Coleman was the intended receiver. So it will go to the 16, 1st and 10, North Texas.
And it's just unclear which hand, they actually caught him on. A lot of times defensive backs, they like to ride that back hip, and they try to hide that hand, thinking they can get away with it, and just knock the receiver off his balance just a little bit. But that time he got caught.
From the 16, 1st and 10. Handoff to Hawkins, breaks 1 tackle, falls forward to the 12. That'll be a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 6. First possession for North Texas. Came up empty. Bulls were moving the ball, but turned it over on a lost fumble. And now the Mean Green deep in South Florida territory with a 2nd down and 6. On the Bulls 12. Both teams shuttling players in and out. Play clock down to single digits. Mestamaker is ready. Straight drop. Throws it. Caught near the 10. This will be short of the 1st down. They're only going to pick up about 2 on this play. Schuler and Chenault tackling Coleman after a short gain. So 3rd down coming up. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 9.
USF has been in this position, just kind of picture perfect frame. And we've seen it all year, what teams like to do. They're lined up in I formation. A lot of times they like to stack you, send one receiver inside, one receiver outside, and they're typically going to hit that outside guy.
They need to get to the 6. Looking to throw, Mestemaker with the catch and short of the first down. Rutger made a terrific tackle on Wyatt Young. Looked like Young was going to turn it upfield, get the first down. Instead, he's a yard short, and the offense is staying on the field on 4th down and 1 from the 7-yard line. They're 5 of 9 on 4th downs this year. 4th down and 1 from the Bulls' 7. 4 wide receivers bunched up short side right. Now Coleman will go in motion from right to left, and a timeout taken before the snap by South Florida. So the Bulls take their first timeout before this 4th and 1 play from the 7-yard line. We talked in the pregame show about both of these teams being very good in the red zone. North Texas touchdowns in the red zone, 25 out of 31. Scoring in the red zone, 30 out of 31. So the Bulls have a rare opportunity here for a stop on 4th and 1 from the 7-yard line. Bulls coming out of the timeout, their first of the first half, 9:31 to go first quarter. Scoreless, but North Texas threatening. Hawkins will still be the running back. 3 wide receivers wide side left this time. Much different formation than the one they showed before the timeout a moment ago. 4th down and 1. Handoff up the middle. Hawkins, Bulls had him stopped, but he broke a tackle and got the first down. He gets to the 3, picking up 4 yards. Boy, the Bulls almost had the stop. Instead, it's 1st and goal from the South Florida 3-yard line.
Yeah, Harris, he just penetrated the line so quickly and hit him low, but he had a blocker on him and he couldn't finish the tackle. Just a great job by him, great effort. But obviously, you got to finish those. Would have prevented from North Texas from getting the first down.
8th play of the drive coming up. 1st and goal from the 3. Young comes in motion. Handoff. No, it's Mestemaker keeping it, goes to the right side and gets in the end zone. Drew Mestemaker with a nice fake to the left. He kept it, went to the right, and gets his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, that was a really good run fake by Mestemaker, and he was able to take that ball into the end zone, run just around the corner of Mac Harris. And I'm just surprised that they didn't throw him a flag. I know he's at his home stadium, but he spiked that ball pretty hard in the end zone with no consequence. So a little bit of home field advantage for North Texas.
Yeah, the Bulls coaching staff looking for a call there, but none forthcoming. Colley and Guma for the point after, and it's good. So North Texas takes advantage of the Bulls' early turnover, and the Mean Green on the board first. 8:42 to go first quarter. North Texas 7, the Bulls nothing on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
Hey Bulls fans, score big at Hooters this season and take advantage of the Bulls Bundle Tailgate Pack. 20 traditional wings, 20 boneless wings, fries, or tots for $62.99. Available for to-go orders only in the Tampa Bay area. Visit originalhooters.com to place your order. Even better, you can register for your chance to win a Hooters USF tailgate party. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your catered tailgate, including USF tents and chairs, before the November 6th game versus UTSA. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls to enter. Hooters, get your game on.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, who's your good boy? Oh, who's your? Oh,
She needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
You're tuned into USF football on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Don't miss Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish, the half-hour show hosted by Derek Sharp, Joey Johnston, and Kaylee Cottrell. Can be heard each game week featuring a different player guest in addition to the head coach. Bullseye is available each Wednesday on your favorite podcast app. Just search South Florida Bulls Audio, and a video version hits each Thursday on the USF Athletics YouTube channel. Memphis is already bowl eligible. North Texas could be the second team in the American to get their 6th win. If they win this one tonight, Bulls still have a lot to say about that, though. We're midway through the first quarter. 7-0 Mean Green. Alvon Isaac will be deep along with Jaquan Smith as North Texas gets ready to kick off. 8 plays, 53 yards, 4 minutes on the scoring drive after the Byram Brown fumble led to the second possession of the night for North Texas. Kickoff on the way. Returnable, but Isaac is going to let it sail a yard deep into the end zone for the touchback. So the Bulls will come out at the 25. They were moving the ball. They had 24 yards on the ground, 10 yards through the air. But then the sack fumble cost them 12 yards and, of course, the possession. Nakai Davenport will be the running back on 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Neptune and Singleton split wide right. Sullivan in motion, designed run. Here's Brown pushing it up the middle. Boy, he really moved the pile. Got it to about the 33. That's an 8-yard pickup, 2nd and 2. Bulls have done a great job early setting themselves up with 2nd and manageable. Here's Davenport, and looks like he'll get the first down. He needed the 35, and they'll give him a 2-yard pickup, 1st and 10 Bulls.
I really like how USF is using the run game to really set the pace for their offense this game. Last week, you saw them take some deep shots early in the game, weren't successful, and it kind of disrupted their ability a little bit later in that first quarter.
4 runs, 2 passes so far. Here's a pass caught by Neptune on the near sideline. He'll be out of bounds at the 40. That'll be a 5-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5. Sullivan, the tight end, will line up right side, 3 wide receivers. Davenport, the running back, and whistles first. See what we got here.
7 minutes and 50 seconds, and the 25-second play clock to 25, and both will start on my signal.
So that's an addition of 3 seconds on the game clock. It's now 7:50 remaining in the first quarter. Bulls with a 2nd down and 5 on their 40-yard line. Sullivan will go left side this time. And they will keep it. Here's Brown trying the right side. He's got a good gain, enough for the first down. He'll get about 10 out to the 50. And the Bulls with a new set of downs right at midfield and ready to go again. Here's Brown to throw. Got a man caught. It's Nimrod. He had the first down at the 40, then was driven back. So he's probably going to be about a yard short, but it's a solid 9-yard pickup. 2nd down and 1 from the North Texas 41. Fumble on the handoff to Davenport, and they lost it again. North Texas football.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Almost in the same place in the field as the fumble for Byron Brown this last drive. And that's one of the things when you're playing with a running back that you just haven't had that many snaps with. That exchange, it's clean when you're playing with the guys you're mostly in there with, but just that snap was just, that exchange was a little bit rough. Looks like Byron Brown was willing to give the ball off, and Davenport probably thought that he wanted to, keep it, and he just didn't secure it, and that's a very costly fumble. 2nd in this first quarter.
Bulls defense back to work. 7 minutes to go first quarter. 7-0 North Texas on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is good!
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
3 ball, right side, yeah!
Wow!
Let's go! Yeah!
We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hester! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
The soul of the West lives on in every pair of handcrafted cowboy boots. At Boot Barn, we're proud to carry a heritage brand that's been preserving tradition and honing their craft since 1879. Made with techniques passed down from father to son, Justin boots stand for quality, comfort, and timelessness. With roots going back over 100 years, they're more than a boot maker. They're a Western legacy. Justin Boots at Boot Barn.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Back to South Florida football on Q105.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Bulls. They trail 7-0. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
WRBQ FM HD1 HD2 Tampa, WJBR AM Sefner, W276CX Newport Richie, W221 DW Tampa. This is South Florida Bulls football.
The frustrating thing, Joey, is that the Bulls are moving the ball almost at will, but they keep putting it on the ground.
Yep, it's a recipe for losing, Jim. First, Byron Brown has it stripped away on a sack, and then a bad exchange between Byron and Nike Davenport. 2 turnovers on 2 drives. That is exactly what you don't want to do in this environment. Now the crowd is fully engaged, and North Texas leads at 7-0.
Mackenzie McGill is the running back. 1st and 10 on the North Texas 43. Bulls have outgained the Mean Green 54 yards to 42, but unfortunately that's not the story so far. High formation on 1st and 10. Draw play, they run it up the middle, and a good tackle by Mac Harris, or else McGill might have been off to the races. As it was, he got about 4 to the 47, 2nd down and 6. Mestamaker rolling out to the right, got a man wide open down the far sideline. He stepped out at the Bulls 45, and the Bulls fortunate about that. Brandon Young, one of the tight ends, had no defender near him, but his momentum carried him out of bounds. Still a 1st down to the Bulls' 45-yard line. 6:25 to go, 1st quarter. It has not been a good start for the Bulls. 3 wide receivers, running back right side. Mestamaker will throw. Has time, throws, it's caught by Dorner, slips a tackler, and gets inside the Bulls' 20. 2nd big catch for Cameron Dorner. And North Texas is in the red zone again at the Bulls' 17-yard line. 28 yards on that play. So a critical juncture here for this Bulls defense. Bulls in danger of going down 2 scores early. Handoff, they run it up the middle, and McGill will get to the 14 before running into Fred Gaskin. That'll be a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
One of the things that USF has struggled with throughout these weeks is when you look at the middle of the field, sometimes it's almost vacant, and that's where a lot of teams are having the majority of their success in the passing game is against USF. The linebackers have to get a little bit more depth in their drop to prevent that window from being so wide open.
2nd down and 7. Mestamaker to throw, picked off. Jalen Schuler coming back the other way, 30, 35, and down at the 40. The Bulls with a huge takeaway. Jalen Schuler, the first man this year to intercept a North Texas quarterback. Couldn't have been a better time for it.
Couldn't have been a better time, couldn't have been a better guy. I mean, when you take a look at this North Texas offense and how they're set up, the plays are so much, they're dialed in. And Jalen Schuler, it takes the time as a linebacker to sometimes just get your wind up under you. And he got right in that throwing window, telegraphed the pass by the quarterback, and he just took it away. But, I mean, Jim, did you see the elevation on that catch? I mean, he went up and got it, and he looked like a real skill player when he caught that ball. Heck of a job by the senior.
1st and 10 on the Bulls' 41. Alvon Isaac is the running back. 3 wide receivers, wide side left. Brown, designed run, gets it outside, got a little room, crosses the 50, splits 2 tacklers, spins, and almost got all the way. He's down at the 34. The last possible man just tripped him up. 1st and 10, South Florida. Here's Isaac, another gaping hole. He's inside the 30 to the 27. That's a 7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3. Bulls averaging a little over 6 yards per carry. Brown runs left side and will be near the 1st down. Looks like he got it. Had to get to the 24, and he got enough. 1st and 10 Bulls. 7-0 North Texas, but the Bulls on the march. Fake to Isaac, looking toward the end zone. Still looking, can't find anybody. Now the pass is batted, and it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 24.
Great job by this offensive line. Barn Brown had a lot of time back there in that pocket as he searched down the field for an open receiver. Just unfortunately, none of the guys could get loose. And then, North Texas defense, it's going to be a really good duel against North Texas's defensive line and USF's offensive line this game.
2nd and 10 on the 24. Here comes Isaac. trying to get the left corner. He'll get to the 20. 4-yard pickup, setting up 3rd down and 6. Bulls up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 3rd and 6 from the North Texas 20. Isaac on the right side. 2 wide receivers right, Rubin and Koger. Here's the running play to Isaac, and he'll be a yard or 2 short. He got to the 16. It's going to be 4th down and about 2, and the offense staying out there. 4th and 2 for the Bulls. They need to get to the 9. Brown will keep. He's got room. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Bulls doing most of their damage on the ground. Here's Brown keeping, jukes it inside. He scores. Byram Brown, 7-yard touchdown. Bulls on the board for the first time today. Jalen Schuler got the interception to get them the ball, and then South Florida just ran it down the field. 4th rushing touchdown of the year for Byram Brown. Now Gramatica for the extra point. Chase Leon the holder. And we are tied. 8 plays, 59 yards, only 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Both teams have scored off turnovers. We're even at 7. And Joey, what a turnaround just when it looked like it was getting a little dark for the Bulls, maybe going down 2 scores. Now they're back even.
Yeah, Jim, we're early in this season, all things considered, but if this season continues to unfold like it might, we're going to circle that Jalen Schuler play as maybe one of the biggest we'll see all season. You can't underestimate how big that was. It not only stopped North Texas, but it jump-started USF, and we have a ball game again.
North Texas has struggled defending the run all season, and the Bulls exploiting that. They already have 89 rushing yards in this game. Brown with 48. So Zuaji will kick it off here in a 7-7 game. 2:38 to go, first quarter. Kick is away, heading toward the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So North Texas's offense will take over. Mestamaker is 5 of 9 for 67 yards, but picked for the first time this year. Even the backup quarterback had played and not had an interception, so the play by Schuler, a big one, the first interception suffered by North Texas all year.
Well, big-time players make big-time plays, and I'd argue that Jalen Schuler, along with Mac Harris, that's the absolute best tandem that this North Texas defense has seen, offense has seen all year.
1st and 10 from the 25, handoff to Hawkins, and he'll get a couple. They'll give him the 27 for a gain of 2, and it will be 2nd down and 8. North Texas 5-0, the Bulls 4-1. Both teams are 1-0 in conference. Mestamaker to throw on 2nd down, pressure coming, screen to Hawkins, and he is drilled. He tried to jump over Seliskar, and he jumped right into Mac Harris.
You know, Jim, sometimes I have to question Mac Harris. Is this guy mentally insane? I mean, some of the hits that he lays on people, it's just crazy. He plays so violent, and he's consistently violent. He needs to be studied. That was a heck of a hit.
3rd down and 7. Hawkins, the running back, lined up as a wide receiver, now comes back in the offensive backfield. Mestamaker to throw on 3rd down. Straight drop, awful lot of time. Now pressure coming, but it's caught, and it's a 1st down. That's Wyatt Young out near midfield. Just too much time for Mestamaker, and he measured it first down at the 47 of North Texas. So that's a big third down conversion. Mesnamaker back at work again. Got a man again into South Florida territory to the 37-yard line. Miles Coleman tackled by Tavin Ward, 1st and 10. At the 37 of the Bulls now, North Texas picking up the pace a little bit offensively. Going to throw again. Pressure coming, dumps it off left side. It's Hawkins, breaks a tackle, gets a few more yards down the sideline, and enough for a first down. So North Texas moving the ball quickly. They're all the way to the 23-yard line of the Bulls. 1st and 10. 35 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, and that was a tackle that Jalen Schuler doesn't usually miss. And I'm not sure if he's just fatigued or if maybe he's dealing with a little an ailment there because he was running a little bit gingerly. Hopefully he's okay.
Mesnamaker has now thrown for 117 in the quarter. Handoff, McGill right up the middle, untouched, and he will fight through a tackler and score. 23 yards, that was a big hole, and scoring the touchdown, North Texas has retaken the lead. McGill with the touchdown run. That's his 5th of the year.
Yeah, and it really looked like a defensive lineman might have made the wrong move, Jim. You don't typically see a gap that large on this defense. There was just no one in sight. And typically, miscommunication happens at the second level. A guy dives into the wrong gap, 2 guys in the same gap. It's a big hole and a lot of opportunity for the running back.
Extra point is good, and North Texas reclaims the lead in the waning moments of the first quarter. 14-7, 6 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Joey, one of the things Alex Golish said during the week was hopefully it's not a shootout, but it's sure starting off that way tonight.
Yeah, it has the look of a shootout. Both teams are moving fast and moving the ball, and I guarantee you if North Texas continues this pace, USF will be at that pace as well. So I don't know if it can change that drastically, but Jim, it looks like we're in a shootout.
Jaquan Smith, Alvon Isaac will be deep. 12 seconds left in the quarter. 14-7 North Texas. Bulls back home for homecoming. That'll be a night game a week from tomorrow against Florida Atlantic. Kickoff heading toward the end zone, returnable, taken by Isaac at the 2, up the near hash mark to the 20, and that's all he'll get. Good coverage by North Texas. The Bulls will start with the ball at the 20 with 5 seconds left in the quarter. Bulls have been outgained 160 yards to 113. 2 takeaways by North Texas, 1 by South Florida. And now the Bulls will take over with presumably 1 play to run before the quarter expires. Nakai Davenport is the running back. 4 wide receivers. Sullivan comes in motion, now comes in tight. And Brown to throw. Plenty of time. Throws it long downfield, and it is intercepted. Bulls have turned it over 3 times in the quarter. Colin Lewis with the interception. They were trying to get it to Keyshawn Singleton, and that's how the first quarter will end. 4 turnovers last week, 3 in the first quarter tonight. We head to the second quarter in Denton, Texas, with the Bulls trailing 14-7 on the South Florida Bulls radio network.
USF's meteoric rise in academics is matched only by its surge in athletics. USF football, in less than 30 years, is crashing the gates of college football's elite. But they've never had a true home. Until now. A cathedral built for college football, seating over 35,000. The campus will come to life as tents and RVs fill fan zones that stretch across every inch of green space. Tens of thousands of alumni and fans join in on the game day celebrations, some relaxing in luxury suites, others in exclusive club areas. Many more are gathered in one of college football's boldest features, a rooftop lounge boasting the longest bar in the state of Florida. This is more than just a stadium. It's a statement, a new home, a new era, and it all begins now.
Reserve your seat by becoming a season ticket holder today. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS. That's 1-800-GO-BULLS.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Did you know accidents are the #1 leading cause of death and injury for children? Swimming pools, toys and bicycles, even school backpacks need your supervision. Do you know first aid? Have you practiced a fire drill? Your family's safety begins with you.
This station, the Beasley Best Community of Caring, and Rico Automotive have more information at myq105.com/caring.
Horns up. This is the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, if you want the best shot at seats in USF's brand new on-campus stadium opening in 2027, the key is getting your 2025 tickets now. Early ticket holders get priority when it's time to pick seats in the new stadium. Call 1-800-GO-BULLS or visit usf.edu/stadium to lock in your season tickets and stay in the loop. Don't wait. The future of Bulls football starts today. 14-7. The Bulls have turned it over 3 times, 1 interception and 2 lost fumbles. And that has negated an overall good performance by the Bulls offense, where they have marched the ball downfield very effectively, especially on the ground. But now, Sam, here we are again, ball in the middle of the field, and the Bulls in danger of going down 2 scores.
Sure. You know, it was my personal opinion, you know, prior to this game, that this environment was going to be a lot for North Texas, even though this is their home, you know, their home field. But I think it's had that type of impact on USF, and I think, you know, this game has started pretty fast. All of the turnovers, you know, right there at the hands of Barn Brown, the best player on this team, and he just has to find some time to calm things down and get going. I think sometimes, you know, he's pressured to get out there and start fast and have early success, but he just has to find his center point, calm things down, slow things down, and let his team rally around him so he can make the plays that this fan base knows he can.
North Texas has started in great field position most of the night, and this is no exception. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of South Florida. McGill, who had the touchdown run a moment ago, is the running back. I formation on 1st and 10. Bestamaker with a long snap count and some flags before. Might have been movement. It'll be on North Texas.
Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Tay Yanta, the center, with the first penalty of the night on the mean green. Back on the North Texas side of the field at the 49, 1st down and 15. And whistles again, flags down.
Ball start. Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Got a wide receiver that time, Simeon Evans, and it's 1st and 20. So North Texas going backwards here with back-to-back penalties to start this drive. Bulls jumping around defensively. They will run, and a great tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Jarvis Lee knocks down McGill. back on the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 25, loss of 5 on the play.
Well, we've said it all year, Jim. I mean, these defensive backs, this is the best tackling group of DBs that I've seen for USF all year. Coach DeMarcus Van Dyke has just done such a great job with this group. They're playing really good football.
Second tackle for loss for the Bulls tonight. Coming blindside, they don't quite get there. Mestamaker gets it off for a short completion. Jacob Merrifield made the tackle. They'll pick up a couple of yards. Trey Williams made the catch to the 44. Gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 20. North Texas 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. You got to have the stop here if you're the Bulls defense, trailing 14-7 early second quarter. 4 wide receivers, running back left side. Mestamaker straight drop. Again, a lot of time. Throws incomplete. Tried to get it to Young near sideline. Too tall for him. It's 4th down, and that'll bring out the punt unit.
Yeah, great job by this defense, but obviously it started with the mistakes that North Texas made, and 2 consecutive false starts, backed them up, put them behind the sticks, put them behind the chains very early in downs. And so just a great job by USF maintaining that and finding a way to get off the field, put the ball back in the hands of their offense.
Sawyer Evans has only punted 12 times in 5 games, averages 41 a kick. Alvon Isaac deep for the Bulls, standing at the South Florida 15. Good snap. End over end kick, pushes Isaac back, makes the catch at the 7, up the near sideline to the 20, spins off a tackler, gets to the 24. Nice return by Isaac, 17, and it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Bulls with 89 yards on the ground, 24 through the air, but they've given it away 3 times. We'll see how they do on this possession when we come back. 13:32 to go until halftime. Bulls down 14-7 on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
VIVO Brady's want your kids to be part of the USF Bulls Player Tunnel. This season, at all USF Bulls home football games, your child can get on the field at Raymond James Stadium as the Bulls get set to take on their rivals. Sign up at Bulls Bay in the South Plaza on game day to be part of this amazing experience. Participation subject to NCAA and American Conference compliance rules. VIVO Brady's, proud partner of the USF Bulls.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center and exhale, treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts, seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue, having your own Florida Blue health consultant,
Welcome.
or cheering on your team right now? Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Run with the Bulls right here on Q105.
The still unbeaten Bulls men's soccer team is back home next Friday when they welcome new conference foe Missouri State to Corbett Stadium. Kickoff at 7 p.m. For tickets, go to usfbullstix.com. Well, Joey, I guess the good news is the Bulls have done a whole lot of bad things so far tonight. It's a one-score game. They've got the ball. There's still very much in it.
Yep, the Bulls are hanging in there, but they certainly have to play much better. They are moving the ball on offense. They've had 4 drives, 1 touchdown, but 3 turnovers. Got to get that cleaned up, obviously, pronto.
1st and 10 from the South Florida 24. Byron Brown 4 of 6 for 24 yards and an interception. He's run for a team-leading 48 yards. Sam Franklin, who opened the game at running back, is back in for the Bulls. Sullivan in motion. Handoff to Franklin, trying the right side, and he won't get much, probably a yard to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 9. One of the few times the Bulls haven't knocked out big yardage on 1st down plays. Now Brown to throw. Got a man. It's caught. Nice move to get the 1st down. It's Koger. Broke out in the game against Charlotte last week. Gets his first catch of the night here, and he gets a 1st down out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulls. Byron Brown running it to the right and will be forced out of bounds at about the 44. That'll be a 5-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. Bulls trailing 14-7 here in the 2nd quarter. Handoff to Franklin, bounces off a couple of tacklers, but he's going to be knocked down at the 45. That'll be around the line of scrimmage, might have picked up a yard. Going to set up 3rd down and 4. Bulls 0 for 1 on 3rd downs. They need to get to the 49-yard line. It is 3rd and 4 from the Bulls' 49. Brown ready to go. Now up to the line of scrimmage. Might be changing the play. Gonna pass. Straight drop. Throws. Got a man. Caught. 1st down. Wyatt Sullivan into North Texas territory to the Mean Green 40. And the Bulls convert the 3rd down. Pickup of 15. 1st and 10 from the North Texas 40. Bulls were ready to go. Officials stopping them for a moment. Now they snap it. Handoff to Franklin. He'll burrow forward for 4. Getting it to the 36. 2nd down and 6. Boy, the Bulls wide receivers all ready to go for the next play before everybody even got untangled. Here's Brown throwing to Nimrod, makes the catch and struggles for the 1st down. He gets to the 30. That should be enough. 1st and 10 Bulls. 6-yard pickup on that play. 8th play of this drive coming up for the Bulls. 1st and 10 from the North Texas 30, 10:45 left in the half. Brown will toss it to Nimrod, and he'll pick up about 4. Solid defensive hit there after the short gain to hold it to a 4-yard pickup. That was Armstead on the tackle. Bulls ready to go again. Brown looking to throw, taking an end zone shot. He had Porter and he overthrew him. Incomplete in the end zone. Boy, Porter broke free, had a couple of steps on the defender, but they couldn't hook up, and now another 3rd down. 3rd and 6 on the 26.
The old sluggo, Jim, to the wide side of the field. Byron Brown, he really has to make those passes. I mean, you're looking at a touchdown and kicking a field goal here if he found his man. Really great route by Porter.
Got to have 6, got to get it to the 20. Brown to throw. Now going to dump it and run, and fights his way inside the 20, and he got the 1st down. Byron Brown, another tough run. He picks up 7 to the 19, 1st and 10 Bulls. 10 minutes left in the half. Franklin runs it up the middle, and he'll get a couple. Now moves the pile late and picks up a little extra yardage. Looks like he got inside the 15 to the 14. That's a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. Sullivan split wide right now for the Bulls. Brown looking to throw, going that side to the end zone to Koger, and it is caught! Touchdown! Jeremiah Koger rides again. The freshman making a big impact the last couple of weeks, and he gets the Bulls back within a single point.
That's just a great job by Byron Brown, finding a way to be resilient and finding a way to keep the drive alive. Some tough runs, and he found his man in the end zone. You know what? Real leaders, they find a way, and they keep it going. You know, he didn't get down. Obviously, 2 fumbles and an interception. Most guys tucking their tail, but this guy seems like he's ready to play some football.
2 catches tonight for Koger. The extra point is good by Gramatica, and we're tied again. 9 minutes, 37 seconds to go, second quarter. 14 apiece on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
For 10 years in a row, Tampa General has been named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report. And once again, we're recognized as a top 50 hospital in the nation. This year in 6 specialties: diabetes and endocrinology, ear, nose, and throat, gastroenterology and GI surgery, heart and vascular care, obstetrics and gynecology, and urology. Tampa General, the region's only academic health system, a university-based program.
For weather-tight windows and doors done right, call WeatherTight Windows for WeatherTight Mike. For weather-tight windows, hurricane strong, go to WeatherTightWindows.com. 813-908-0131. For energy savings the whole year long, WeatherTightWindows.com.
WeatherTight Windows only sells PGT custom windows and doors, the best in the industry, and WeatherTight Windows has been best of Tampa Bay for 3 years in a row. Don't miss out on current rebates, $100 per window, $200 per door. Go to WeatherTightWindows.com today and schedule your free consultation. Do it before hurricane season. Tell WeatherTight Mike MJ sent you, and don't forget the cookies.
813-908-0131. WeatherTight Windows. WeatherTightWindows.com.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, good boy. Oh,
she needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The action continues on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
The exclusive radio home for Bulls basketball is Bulls Unlimited, streaming 24/7 on the TuneIn app. Catch the men's and women's game all season long, starting with the debut of Brian Hodgson as the men take on St. Leo in an exhibition game 2 weeks from tonight. Be sure to download the TuneIn app and search Bulls Unlimited. Derek Sharp will handle the women's broadcast, Jim Lighthall, Joey Johnston, the men's games, and Joey, preseason number 2 for the men, preseason number 1 for the women in the conference. Not bad. Ought to be a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, really not bad, Jim. Two elite rankings. We know the women are used to success, and they've got 4 great newcomers. Had a chance to visit with the men's team the other day at their media day, and boy, they've got a ton of talent from a lot of different places, and they could have one of the best front courts in not only the American but the nation. So really excited with what we may see from the men this year.
Bulls getting ready to kick off. Simeon Evans is deep for North Texas. Adam Zuaji is ready to kick off for the Bulls in a 14-14 game. .9:37 to go, second quarter. Bulls will start with the ball in the third quarter. Another good job by Zuaji as he sends it to the back of the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. North Texas 38 yards on the ground, 122 through the air. Drew Mestemaker 10 of 15, 1 interception. Bulls have overcome 3 first half turnovers to be even in this game. Caleb Hawkins will be the running back. 1st and 10 from the North Texas 25-yard line. Mestemaker to throw, incomplete over the middle, and a flag comes down. I think they're going to get Ben Knox for pass interference, trying to get that ball to Landon Sides.
Or you got a flag in the backfield, Jim, too, and that's usually an indication of some type of holding or personal foul on the quarterback, and I didn't see that happen on the quarterback, so there's a good chance these flags offset.
Officials are conferring at the moment. Only 1 penalty on each team.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Pass interference, defense, number 1. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 63. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
So Knox and Seliskar, and they'll take the infraction on Josh Seliskar. So the ball comes out to the 40. And a first down for North Texas, 2nd penalty of the night on the Bulls. All tied at 14 here in Denton, Texas. Mestemaker going to throw on first down. Again, the crossing pattern over the middle. It's caught, and that'll be a first down. That's Dorner with another catch. He's had a big night. Into South Florida territory on the Bulls 47. Long far sideline and way out of bounds. A flag comes down on Knox, but both players were well out of bounds. Alex Golish right in the official's grill there. I can't believe this flag will stand up.
Pass interference, defense, number 1, 15-yard penalty.
My goodness.
First down.
Well, Jim, that's a really tough one, and obviously, you know, I've always been the guy where it's like, let the guys play. Sometimes things will get chippy down the field, but it really looks like both of the guys were out of bounds, and the ball was also uncatchable. And so, you know, as a referee, you don't want to blur the lines here, but that's a really tough one when that contact was made, those guys being out of bounds.
So the ball comes to the 32 of the Bulls, 1st and 10, and just watching the replay, that's absurd. Both players were 2 to 3 feet out of bounds. The ball was further than that. Here's the handoff to Hawkins. He's wrapped up by Jalen Schuler after about a 6-yard pickup to the 26-yard line. And now another flag comes down well away from the play. I almost wonder if this is on the South Florida sideline.
Sideline warning, South Florida.
So that's a warning only, no yardage, but that's Alex Golish still trying to work the call on that pass interference a moment ago.
Well, it's clear they don't like Florida boys in Texas. This is going to be a good one today. I mean, a lot of energy. And if I was Coach Golish, I'd be just as upset as he was, maybe a little bit more, because that penalty was uncalled for, Jim.
2nd and 4 from the Bulls 26. Run to Hawkins, and he'll get wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. DJ Harris with a nice play, setting up 3rd down. Did pick up a couple, so we'll call it 3rd down and 3. They're on the 25. They need the 22. North Texas 1 out of 4 in 3rd down conversions. Running back right side, 4 wide receivers. Now Hawkins will split wide left. Mestemaker alone in the backfield. Rolling to the right, getting chased, unloads, and it's caught. And it'll be enough for the first down at the 20-yard line. Miles Coleman with the catch. The pressure almost got there. It was Singleton on the dead run, but Mestemaker hung in, unloaded, got his team the first down. On the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. under pressure again. Ball is batted in the air and incomplete. Jacob Merrifield got a hand on that. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, he's definitely not a name that you've heard a lot this season. But, again, one of the changes that you see with this defense that you hadn't seen in a while, a lot more depth on the defensive line. A lot of guys that you can roll in and get active, move them around a lot and confuse the offensive line. You got to keep pressure on this quarterback today because, again, he's a young guy. And although he's a good thrower, when he's not under pressure, putting him under pressure is going to give you some opportunities.
2nd down and 10 from the Bulls 20. Draw play. Hawkins breaks a tackle in the backfield and gets 5 to the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 7:20 to go, second quarter. North Texas taking a little time here now. 14-14 tie. But defensive stops have been hard to come by for both teams with the exception of turnovers. They will throw. Lot of time. Now breaking down, dumps it over the middle, caught. Tackled short of the first down is Young. He'll get to the 11. It's 3rd down and 1. Schuler made the tackle. So 3rd down and 1 from the Bulls. Make it 4th and 1, and the offense staying out there. So that was the 3rd down play. Now it is 4th. 4th down and 1.
Really big down for this defense.
Mestamaker's going to split wide right. They're going to do a direct snap to Wyatt Young. He takes the ball. He hands it off. No, he keeps it, runs it up the middle, and he gets in the end zone. Wyatt Young faked the handoff to Hawkins, took the direct snap, and ran it in for North Texas. It's his first time rushing all year long.
Yeah, just a really good job by North Texas. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. And they came in with a scheme that I'm sure USF really hadn't seen and weren't really prepared for. And when you get into those zone option type of plays, there's the outside zone option, read option style. And they just got a lot of width on USF and created too many gaps for the linebackers and secondary players to fit through. Wyatt Young was able to just walk into the end zone.
Extra point is good. And the Bulls are playing from behind again. 6:12 to go, second quarter. North Texas 21, the Bulls 14 on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls Unlimited is your 24/7 home for all South Florida sports.
It is good!
Now in our 9th year of streaming around the clock, Bulls Unlimited is available via the TuneIn app. Just search Bulls Unlimited. Also available on GoUSFBulls.com. Head to the Fans tab where you can also get our weekly schedule, which includes Bulls Beat, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sharp. The half-hour show filled with news, highlights, and interviews airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we bring you Bullseye with head coach Alex Golish.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
And when November rolls around, once again, Bulls Unlimited is your home for live men's and women's basketball play-by-play.
3 ball, right side, yeah!
Wow!
Let's go, yeah!
We also dig into the archives for classic hoops as well as football.
Brody in the shotgun, looking for the end zone. Caught! Jesse Hesner! Touchdown! The Bulls beat Auburn!
And remember, right when we sign off today, we'll have a replay of the action. So if you haven't already, follow us on X at Bulls Unlimited and download Bulls Unlimited on the TuneIn app.
You know the power and energy the Bulls bring every game day. Imagine that same energy powering your home. With BlueNex Power, you can harness the sun's force just like our teams harness their drive on the gridiron. Get in the game with an environmentally friendly, cost-saving solar electric system and score big savings on your energy bills. Kick off your solar journey today at BlueNexPower.com, your local family-owned solar energy provider. Go green, go team, and go solar.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. More Bulls football now on Q105.
6 minutes, 12 seconds to go, first half. Second consecutive Friday night game for the Bulls, this one in Denton, Texas. We're back home next Saturday for the homecoming game against Florida Atlantic, and then another really big, tough road game going to Memphis. Bulls have a very challenging conference road schedule with this one, Memphis and Navy, all coming up, all on the road. 21-14 here. As the Bulls get ready to take the kickoff, Alvon Isaac will be deep at the goal line. Jaquan Smith at the 10. 10 plays, 75-yard drive for North Texas. 11 yards on the touchdown run by Young. Here's the kickoff. And this one will sail into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Byron Brown, 10 carries for 60 yards, 9 of 12 passing for 76, but an interception and 2 fumbles, making it difficult for the Bulls here in the first half. Isaac will be the running back on 1st and 10 from the 25. Jaquan Smith in the game at a wide receiver, split out short side left. Brown to throw, pressure coming, forced out, rolls to the right, throws on the run, caught by Singleton. He's out past the 30. They'll give him the 32. That's a 7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3. Bulls have 2 timeouts remaining. They'll run it. Isaac has a nice little hole, and he's going to get it out past the 35 to the 38. 1st and 10, South Florida. 5:40 to go in the half.
A really nice throw and run by Byron Brown on that previous play.
He's going to throw again on 1st down. Looking, and now will be sacked back at the 30-yard line. 2nd sack of the day for North Texas, Sadiq Clements. And the Bulls backed up now. It's 2nd and 16. From the 37 of the Bulls. 2 wide receivers each side. Isaac still the running back. Brown designed run, and he'll go nowhere. He's going to lose yards. Clements again with the tackle, this time at the 29. That's a loss of 3. And now the Bulls facing a 3rd down and 19.
Well, Jim, not only did he lose yards, he also lost the ball momentarily there too. And it's just a bad sign for USF early in this game, not being able to hold on to the football.
Got to get this all the way to the 48 for a 1st down. They swing it to the right. Isaac makes one man miss, but there's a lot of black shirts there. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And for the first time tonight, the Bulls are going to have to punt.
Yeah, it was just only a 5-yard gain there, and it looked like USF kind of got into a concede mode. And, they threw a quick screen, and the screen got nowhere. Receivers on the perimeter didn't block very well. It's about time USF gets back to the sideline and kind of regroup.
Miles Coleman will be deep. There's still 3:58 to go in the half, and North Texas has all 3 of their timeouts. Leon with a low kick. Hits at the 35, takes a South Florida roll, and will roll dead at the 26-yard line of North Texas. Well, Joey, the Bulls defense had a big takeaway when they really needed it earlier. Probably need to start asking for another one here.
Yeah, you're right. The Bulls have not been down. They've not led in the game, but they've not been down by more than a touchdown so far. You certainly don't want to go down by 2 heading into halftime. This has been definitely a shootout, offensive showcase back and forth for both teams. It's also been a game of mistakes, and the Bulls would certainly like to force another mistake here and try to get in the end zone right before halftime. North Texas leads this 21-14.
North Texas 205 yards, the Bulls 193. First and 10 on the North Texas 26. Mestamaker to throw, near sideline, caught, and out of bounds at the 40. That's Dorner again. His 5th catch of the half, gain of 14, first down. They'll mark it actually at the 39 for a 13-yard pickup. 3:20 to go in the half. Mestamaker now 13 of 21 for 144. Coleman in motion. They will throw again. Over the middle, incomplete. Trying to get that to Dorner. Rucker had the coverage. It'll be second down and 10 with 3:02 left in the half.
Yeah, just a great job by Rucker. You know, that was a slant route to the inside, a little bit deeper of a slant route, more like a post, but great job by Rucker. Just making sure that he keeps his hands off the receiver and he competes with his feet and not with his arms. You know, USF has not been on the great side of pass interferences this game, and they don't need any more penalties enabling them.
Second and 10. Here's a handoff, and getting a couple of yards out to the 42 is McGill. That'll set up third down and 7. So a big moment for the Bulls defense here, trying to get off the field. They've held North Texas to 2 out of 6 on third downs, but the problem is North Texas has converted 2 out of 2 on fourth downs. From their own 42. Third down and 7. They will throw. Pressure coming, steps aside, pump fake and a run for it, and he got the first down. At the 50-yard line, needed 7, got 8. North Texas keeps the football with 2:10 to go.
One thing about this quarterback is, he's a pocket passer first, but, you know, the quarterback position has evolved so much. Pocket passers weren't so accustomed to running, but it's almost like every quarterback in the country
2-minute timeout.
has legs up under him and can run and take off when necessary.
2-minute timeout. It's been an uphill first half for the Bulls. They're down 21-14 on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
Florida Blue presents game-changing health solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Hey Bulls fans, visit Hooters for a USF Bulls away game party. Hang with Rocky and have a chance to win USF home game tickets and Bulls gear while you watch the game. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls to get all the details on dates and locations. And don't forget to register for your chance to win a Hooters USF catered tailgate at the November 6th UTSA game. Hootie and Rocky will pay a visit to your tailgate and see your new USF tent and chairs. Visit originalhooters.com/Bulls for all the details. Hooters, get your game on.
Did you know accidents are the #1 leading cause of death and injury for children? Swimming pools, toys and bicycles, even school backpacks need your supervision. Do you know first aid? Have you practiced a fire drill? Your family's safety begins with you.
This station, the Beasley Best Community of Caring, and Regal Automotive have more information at myq105.com/caring.
At Regal Kia, we understand that every new car buyer is different. Every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, Regal Kia offers a 20-year powertrain guarantee. Sal says yes, you will pay less.
You're locked in with the Bulls on the South Florida Bulls Radio Network.
21-14 North Texas. 2 minutes to go first half. Sam, certainly credit to North Texas. They've done some good things, but a lot of this feels self-inflicted tonight so far.
Yeah, sure. You know, you don't want to take away the credit from North Texas. I mean, they're an undefeated team, and I think here in this first half, we've seen what, you know, has caused this team to be undefeated. You know, they're talented. Quarterback throws the ball well. You know, their defense is high on energy, and they get after the quarterback on their side also. But USF, I mean, 2 fumbles, first 2 drives, an interception in the first quarter. And then, just some things that probably shouldn't happen on defense from a penalty standpoint. So, like you said, Jim, very much so self-inflicted on USF side. We've seen this at times from this team this year, and they typically come back into the halftime and fix things up and regroup and go out and play a better half. You got 2 minutes left to go in this half, so hopefully you can get something done on defense. But other than that, they have some things to fix.
Joey, what can you read from the South Florida sideline so far tonight?
Frustration more than anything, Jim, and I think they're very frustrated. They haven't been able to get to Mestamaker. He's done a great job either eluding the pass rush or the line has not allowed the Bulls to get to him at all. That's a pretty big key. He's been on his spot the whole night, really hasn't been bothered too much. I think that's certainly something that has to change.
No sacks for the Bulls, 2 tackles for loss. After that big third down conversion, North Texas has a 1st and 10 right on the 50-yard line. They hold all 3 of their timeouts and have 2 minutes, so time isn't going to be too much of a bother for them here. Bulls have to stop them. Mestamaker to throw. Has time. Throws long downfield. That ball's hanging up, and it's picked off. Jonas Duclona. That ball hung up there a long time, and Duclona just ran the better pattern. Bulls with the takeaway.
Yeah, that's the play that everybody's been waiting on for Mestamaker to make. Just a horrible throw. But let me tell you, Jonas Duclona, he adjusted so well on that interception. A lot of times you see defensive back doing all these crazy feet drills and pirouettes in the middle of the field running full speed. It's for those type of plays. He adjusted, he turned around, full speed, 360, and caught the ball, took it away. That's a great job executing on an opportunity that Mestamaker just gave this defense. Now, Jim, USF is in great position here. If they can go and score and get the ball back at halftime, now what you do is you balance the scales out because you just stole the possession from North Texas. So, Byron Brown, let's see what you got here.
Got a long field. They're on their 15-yard line, but they've got 1:52 and 2 timeouts to work with. Isaac will be the running back. Isaac, 4 carries, 21 yards so far tonight. 1st and 10 on the South Florida 15. Neptune comes in motion. Brown will throw. Over the middle, caught by Neptune, crossing pattern. He spins forward to the 25 and should have enough for the first down, his first catch of the night. Ball out at the 26-yard line and whistles first. Not sure.
Please
what
reset the
this is
game
about.
clock to 1 minute and 44 seconds. Put the 25-second play clock at 25 seconds, and both will start on my signal.
Well, usually you see clock adjustments be 3 or 4 seconds. That was 11 seconds going back on the board from 133 to 144, so that's good news for the Bulls. Here's Brown, designed run up the middle, and he'll get to about the 29. Give him 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Clock running, 1:25 to go. 21-14 North Texas. Brown to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolling to the right. Makes a move and will be dumped at the 32. He'll gain a couple, but now the Bulls will have a tricky 3rd down here with 1:08 to go.
Yeah, 3rd down, just over the 35-yard line, heading towards North Texas's end zone. And I'm going to tell you, Jim, it's definitely a tricky one.
3rd down and 3. Brown will throw. Has time, throws long for Singleton, incomplete. That's kind of a low percentage play on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, very much so. But I'll tell you, we've seen, pass interference calls all game, and I can tell you that was some contact beyond the 5-yard line, beyond the 5-yard mark. But USF definitely didn't get that one called for them.
So the Bulls are going to have to punt with 51 seconds left. And remember, North Texas still has 3 timeouts, so they're certainly going to have time before we get to halftime. 4th down and 3. Leon's kick is away. It's a good one. Drives the returner back, and he fumbles the football. Scramble for it. Bulls say they have it, and they do inside the North Texas 20. Cedric Hawkins in the middle of that. That's 3 turnovers for each
Really
team.
on the field as the punt was muffed by the receiving team, recovered by the kicking team. First down, South Florida.
At the 17-yard line with 43 seconds to go.
Yeah, just an interesting turn of events there. Sometimes as players, you can get too high up on yourselves. And, North Texas, I think they're feeling themselves, got a little bit excited. But that's just a bad play to make as a punt returner. And USF is definitely going to make this team regret it.
The Bulls now with a great opportunity. Hit him right in the chest and bounced off. It was Miles Coleman unable to grab the punt. 1st and 10 Bulls on the North Texas 17. Brown running to the right, designed run, has an alley, will get inside the 10. He'll be close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. It's either first and goal or
South Florida.
second and
That's
short.
their second. It'll be 30 seconds.
35 seconds left. Bulls take a timeout. Let's take a quick 10 seconds for station identification on the South Florida Bulls radio network.
WRBQ FM HD1 HD2 Tampa, WJBR AM Sefner, W276CX Newport Richie, W221DW Tampa. This is South Florida Bulls football.
The ball is on the 8. It's 2nd and 1. 35 seconds to go. You can only stop it one more time, though, Sam. You got to be careful here.
Yeah, you got to be very careful. And you know what? Points are points, and you could definitely get a field goal here, but this isn't one of those downs where it's one of those circumstances where you want to get a field goal. You have the opportunity to change the course of the game because this is such a competitive game. It's definitely going to come down to one possession. You got to execute here. Byron Brown has to protect the quarterback and make the right decisions. 2nd
down and 1 on the North Texas 8. 35 seconds left in the half. Something else going on here.
There's a problem with the line to gain chain. We're swapping those chains out.
The backup chains. I'm glad you brought them, Joey.
It's a heck of a deal carrying them everywhere, but they finally got used.
So out with the old chains, in with the new. You gotta wonder how much pressure those chains are feeling, though, coming in a situation like this. 2nd down and 1 on the 8-yard line. 21-14 North Texas. Bulls trying to get even in the final minute before halftime. Now we're ready to go. Bulls need to get it to the 7 for a first down. Isaac is the running back. Designed run, Brown up the middle, has the first down, gets inside the 5 to the 3. Clock stopped for a moment for first down with 27 seconds. Bulls ready to go from the 3. Brown again, fights his way forward, does not get in. He's to the 2. 18 seconds and counting. Bulls have one timeout left. 15, 14. Bulls looking at the sidelines. 10. Handoff, no, it's Brown. He does not get there, and now they're going to have to take the timeout with 4 seconds to go. It's 3rd and goal from the 2. So now you go
South
all
Florida.
Or nothing for the touchdown.
That is their 3rd charge timeout of the half. Please reset the game clock to 5 seconds.
All or nothing for the touchdown, or you take the 3. What do you do, Sam?
Well, Jim, I'm taking the 3 points here, Jim. I mean, listen, you got an opportunity to take 3 points here. It's still it makes it a one possession game. Obviously, it's already a one possession game, but I'm thinking more about how you set yourself up after you come after the half. And this team has played some of its best football all year coming out after the half. And so I don't want to get ahead of myself. North Texas can block this kick, and then you got no points. But I think that's the best decision here. However, I think USF could have done a little bit better from a strategy standpoint having been down here. I would have liked to see a throw on the first down. There's so many different pass concepts that you can get done down here. Either way, you got to walk away with something.
The ball is on the 2-yard line. It's third down. That's not the big issue, though, because the big issue is there's 5 seconds left, no timeouts. They are going for it. The offense is on the field. Nimrod and Koger split to the left. 5 seconds, no timeouts remaining. You got to get in the end zone. If you're stopped short, you're out of time. Timeout before the snap taken by North Texas.
North Texas. That's their first. It'll be 30 seconds.
So North Texas will have one more. All right, Joey, what are you running here?
I think Sam's right. I think you got to put it in the air. There's 5 seconds to go. There's a pretty good possibility if you do a quick pass, you can still kick a field goal or get another playoff. But yeah, running would be very dangerous at this point because you could come away with nothing, and you do not want that.
You've got to have a clock stoppage, whether it be for an incomplete pass or getting out of bounds, because the Bulls cannot stop the clock again in the first half.
Well, Jim, I don't know if you've noticed this, or maybe I'm just a defensive guy, and I'm examining it by guilt, but these guys have been holding the ball carriers on the ground for at least another second or two, just allowing them, forcing them to slow their pace down. So that's another reason why you can't run the ball, because they're going to hold you so you can't get back up and call timeout.
Nakai Davenport is the running back. From the 2, Brown throws it wide open, touchdown, Jonathan Eccles. We were the closest 2 guys to him. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, just a great job. They made it up from a scheme standpoint. Great call by Coach Golish. Listen, the tight end, he blocked down. Everybody on this field thinks, from a defensive standpoint, they think Byron Brown is going to run the ball. And then at the last moment, that tight end, he snuck out, and he was able to just toss that ball out to him. Just a great job by this offensive way to get in the end zone. After all the things that have happened this first half, we got a tie ball game, and USF getting the ball back just after the half.
Second touchdown of the year for Eccles. Extra point by Gramatica, and we're all even. 5 plays, 17 yards. Bulls now have 14 points off turnovers, even though they've given up the ball 3 times. So has North Texas. And with 2 seconds left on the clock, it sure looks like we're going into halftime in a tie game. Bulls will have to kick off here first. Byron Brown, 2 touchdown passes tonight, 6 on the, make it 12 on the year. And the Bulls will kick off with 2 clicks on the clock remaining. Boy, Eccles was so wide open in the corner of the end zone.
Well, Jim, I'll tell you, that's a very hard play to defend, because when all the offensive guys have their head down and they're blocking down and they're buried, as a defensive guy, you want to hurry up and get in there and fill a gap and try to make a tackle. And then next thing you know, you got a guy running free. It's just a great call by USF.
Tied at 21. Here's the South Florida kickoff. They squib it. Taken by an up back at the 32. Bulls converge on him quickly, and that's how the first half will end. An unusual one again. Bulls turn it over 3 times. Down on the field, Joey's got Alex Golish.
Head coach Alex Golish, I guess there's little doubt you were going for the touchdown on that final play. What was your thinking there?
Yeah, 5 seconds, it was either going to be there right there, or you were going to throw it at his feet and make sure you got points out of it.
21 all, both teams with 3 mistakes. What do you have to fix?
The mistakes. It's so self-inflicted. Offensively, so self-inflicted.